Hello, my name is Jessica, and today I'm going to present to you my project, my final project for Visual Basic. Um, my project is it's a program that it's a website to sell artwork, and I did this because I like art, and so this was a way to combine what I love more in life. I don't know, with my homework, and it'll be easier to do. Um, Let me show you a little bit of my project when it's running. And this is the main form. It has a menu strip here on the top that it has an exit, and it has an exit button, label, picture box, and it has a show button. If you click here, it would take you out of the form, and if you click show, it would take you to the next form, that it's the art form, which also contains the menu strip on the top, the label, and this is a little description of what you should do. It contains 9 picture boxes, with different pictures, but you don't get to see the whole thing. Here it's just like the zoom of the picture. So for example, you like this, let me see, this one, it takes you to the next form, that it has the purchase form, and it has the picture, the big picture of the artwork, and it contains a list box with the information of the painting, like the name of the painting, the artist, and the media of the color pencil. It has 2 group boxes for the radio buttons, and it has a total label and a text label, and here you also have like a total label and to display the amount, and the amount to display here, also another label to display the total amount of money with the tax included. For example, you choose to have your painting 19 times 24, and you choose to have like a black frame around the painting, and you click calculate, and it will automatically calculate the total, and plus the taxes, it will be this number right here. But if you want to go back, you decide, no, I don't like this artwork, you can go back and choose, for example, this other one, and it also tells you the information. This let me choose this other one just to give another example, and then put no frame, just want the canvas like that, and we click calculate, and it will give you a different number for the amount of money that you will pay for that canvas. And it also has an exit button, which automatically takes you out of the form, and it has also a menu strip over here in the top. You can click on the purchase button, and it will take you to the next form, that it's the user information form, and it also includes the menu strip in the top, the title, the blue canvas, and it includes the first name text box, last name text box, address text box, email text box, and a comments text box. It also includes like the main logo of the canvas store, the blue canvas store is the logo, the one that appears in the main form. So I also included it in this form to display a little bit more of the store. And it also has 4 buttons, the back button, which take you back to purchase, which is again this, and to be saved. It has a clear, so if you write something, for example, like this, and you see like, oh, and I wrote something wrong, or I want to go back, just want to make sure your information is cleared, just click clear, and it will clear the text boxes and put focus on the first box, so you can start writing from the beginning, like right away, instead of going with the mouse and clicking on the text box. This exit button takes you out of the form, and when you click the submit button, when you do this, all the information that you have put in to the input boxes, text boxes, it will be saved into a file of the program. So like the person running the store or the company can have access to your information. That way they can send you your product to your house. Let me demonstrate a little bit of how it works. So you put Jessica, that's my name, Jessica, and then you click the tab, Moreno, my address, I'm just gonna invent one, Main Street, and then put an email, so just let me put another one. So you put an email, and then you put like a comment, and you, like, I love art, and just to have a comment there, and like, you can have like a little emoji there, something, little symbol, and then you can submit it to the form. And this takes you to the last form of my project, which is the thank you form. And we give thanks to the user for buying with us, and we also send it's telling them that we will send a confirmation when your item is shipped to their email. We hope to see you again soon, and it's like the link of the website of the Blue Canvas store. And if we click continue shopping, it takes you back to the art form, which if you want to buy another artwork, and you can click exit, or you can just click continue or exit to the last form if you want to buy another one. So basically that's how it works, and I hope you like it. Let me just put the total in. Let me put JM here in the comments, like, let me just put my name, Jessica, so you can see how it saves on the folder. Main Street, and just let me put an email. .com, and a comment, I love art, again. So when you click submit, it will take you again to a thanks form, and here you click the exit button. Okay, now let me discuss a little bit of my code with you. Well, like I mentioned before, this is the main form, and this will have on the back, it's like a simple code, it's not that big. It's actually more for the button that is the show button, which take you to the next form, that is the art form. So this is like actually declaring the form, and this is opening to another art form, and it's hiding this one. And this is for the menu strip, then the me close, and the me close for the exit button. So this is the main form code, and let me close it. So we can start eliminating. And the next one is the art form. Okay, from here, like, we have the 9 picture boxes, and let me go to the back so I can show you a little bit more of the code. At the beginning, well, this is for the 9 picture boxes. It's taking you to the next form, which is the purchase form that is here. It's been declared, and it's hiding this one when you click on that button, but it's also putting like in choice. In choice, we'll be using it later in another part of the code to select it's in the next form, which we're using it to declare, or to know, or for the form to be able to know how much it's going to charge you for for the item that you selected. So this is basically, until here it's the 9 button, the picture. This is the menu strip. Again, me close, and this is the exit button, me close, and this is the back button, which take you back to the main form. And well, that's it with the art form. Let me close art form, and now wait, no, cancel. Let's do it later. With the purchase form, and this is, let me just close it, and let me take you, this is the purchase form. Let me take you back to the back part of the form. This is a menu strip here in the top, the me close. This is a back button, which when you click the back button, this code right here, it's what puts the text boxes to clear, or like it clears them from the beginning. If you choose the artwork and you click the button calculate, like I mentioned before, it would give you the sum of the artwork, or the price that you're gonna pay for the artwork. But when you click the back button, this code here will put that integers to clear, or that label, it would clear the label. This is declaring the form. So to go back to the art form and the back button, and hide this one that it's a purchase form. This, it's the case statement. So when you select, here's like with the in choice, remember that I told you in the form before that it was like declaring an in choice, and it was giving in choice equals to 1 or in choice equals to 2. So this is what basically I'm going to explain to you right now. So this is an in choice. So in case 1, so it's when in choice equals to 1, then this would happen, that the list box number 1 would be true, so it would show, and that the picture box would display picture 1 from the resources that we have, from the resources folder that we have on the project. And this is the case with number 2. So when the in choice equals to 2, it would show the second list box number 2 visible. It would declare it visible, and it would also show the image in the picture box that is picture number 2 from the resources folder. And that's the case from 1 to 9. That's the same thing. That's the case statement. And when you click the purchase button, and when you haven't selected anything from the radio buttons, so when you haven't selected anything from the radio buttons, this is declaring like a string, or like an error string that is gonna be declared in the form for you to select. And it says, please select one radio option for size and frame. So it doesn't let the user continue with the form if they haven't selected a choice of what the size and frame they want. And this is a title there. And here it's like the radio button. If it's a try catch statement. If the red frame 1, so that's one of the radio buttons for the frame 1, that it's actually, I think, the no frame, and this one is the black frame, and this is the 19 times 24, and this one the 24 by 30 or something. I don't remember actually from top of my head the sizes, but they're the sizes of the canvas. So this is declaring that, or it's saying that if the radio button is checked equal to true, or that if radio button frame number 2 is checked true, and if size red radio button size 1 is checked true or red size checked true, then it lets the user go to the next form. That is the user information form. But if you have to choose at least one from here. Like you can only choose one from these two and one from these two. So if only one of these radio buttons is checked and none of the size is checked, so it still won't let you. So you have to choose one from each of the group boxes, one from the frame and one from the size group boxes. And this is hiding this form right here, the purchase form. And this is declaring, this is putting the message box in front. This is the exit button right here, the me close. This is for the calculate button. So this is doing like the variable. These are the variables for the calculate button that it represents the radio buttons. So for example, that like in size is to save the size of the radio button, and the in frame is it's an integer variable to save like the money that you're gonna put in that. Now it's declaring to zeros, but later we're gonna put money to it, or like we're gonna put digits that they mean. So this is a variable to store the in total, so, and the deck taxes as a decimal, and the deck tax total as a decimal as well. So this is choosing the size and frame. So this is how the project or the program checks which of the options you selected. So if you selected the radio button size 1, it's checked. Then in size, that is the variable that we declare here on the top, it equals to 100. So it means that it would cost $100. Else if this button is not checked, that's why we have the else if. Radio button number 2 is checked, then the in size, that is again the variable that is declared here on top, it equals to 150. So we're putting a little bit more money to that one because it's a little bit bigger than the first option. And then this is the same with the frame. If frame number 1 is checked, then it equals to $1 more for the no frame. And if that one is not selected but this one is selected, then we're putting $10 more for the frame, the black frame around the canvas. And then this code right here is doing the calculation of the program. So this is the variable that we declare over here, where's the in total, and that's to store the total. And it means that we're gonna put in size and in frame, so we're gonna put like put the sum of those two variables that we have here. So the variables, if it's 100 or 150 plus $1 or $10, we're gonna put it into that variable that's in total. And this is declaring that deck tax total. And this variable is saying that you're gonna add the in total. Well, first of all, you do the parentheses, so it's the in total times the deck taxes. So the deck taxes we already declared over here, and it's 0.0878875. Okay, so we're gonna multiply the in total times the deck taxes, and then when we get the result for this, we're gonna add it to the total. From here we have a label. So the label in total and the label tax text. So it's putting these two variables into these two labels. The first variable into this label, and the second variable to this label. And that's basically the purchase form. Let me close it, and then we close the purchase form. This is the user information form. So, like I already explained it to you on the running or the program running. So let me take you to the back. This is the menu strip. No, this is the button that it closes the form. This is the menu strip that closes the form. This is the back button, which takes you back to the purchase form, the one that we just closed, and hides this form. And this is the submit button. When you click submit, it would take you to the thanks form, that it's the last form, and it's hiding this one. And this part of the code is what saves the information that you put into the file, into the text boxes, to a file. So, and this is the try catch. So this creates the file. So here we're declaring the file with a string writer. And this is the variables to save the information. So first we're gonna have an str file. That's the str file is the variable that we're gonna use to store the information to the file. The str name is a variable that we're gonna store the first name. The str last name is a variable that we're gonna store the last name. The str address is the variable we're gonna store the address of the user. And the str email is the variable we're gonna store the email address of the user, and the comments as well. The comments variable is to store the comments of the user. This stores the text box input into the variables. So here it's putting the text comment box, the text box comments is inputting it to the variable that it's comments, a string variable comments, and the text box of first name, it's declaring it or storing it into the string variable first name, and as it does the same for each text box, and it stores in the variable that corresponds to its name. And this, like I mentioned before, like it's over here, the variable str file is what we're gonna store the information of the file. So here it's storing it. So this is adding all the variables and putting into one variable, that is the str file. This is opening the file. So text file, that's the name of the file, text file. And this is how we create the text file, and to write to the data to the file, and closing the file. If we don't close the file, it won't work. So even if you write things, but if you don't put this part of the code there, like it's really important part of the code there to close the file. If you don't close it, it won't work. And this is a catch, so it will show you an error that the file would not be created if finds an error. The btn clear, or the button clear, it clears the text boxes. So this is clearing all the text boxes, and it will give focus to the main, or to the first text box, that is the first name text box. And that basically it with the user information form. Let me close it. And this is a thanks form. Let me go back to the code. Here this is for the continue shopping button that takes you back to the form art, the art form, and hides this form. This is the exit button that closes the form, and this is a menu strip that closes the form. And that basically it with the thanks form. That's basically what it is. Let me just open the main form so we can have like a visual. I like the most of this project was that it was related to art and that it teach me a way to in the future do my own websites and projects programs to put my artwork or to sell it to people or to work for someone that has a business. And in a way it's a really good thing to know how to do programs like this. It gives you a wide variety of opportunities in the work field. I ran into the problem that, well, at the beginning, it was more at the beginning. I like later when I decided what I wanted to do, it was more easy to do it. But at the beginning, I was like, oh my god, like what I'm gonna do? What is gonna be my project? Like I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I asked the teacher, like the professor. I asked the professor, like, can you give me some examples of other projects your students have turned into you? And he gave me a lot of options like calculators or and calories calculator and things like that, but he encouraged me to do something unique and to do something that I liked the most, so it will be like easier to do for me. And after that, when I decided that I wanted to do an art an art online store, and that was basically more easy. And even though this project, the final project, required to have only at least 3 forms, like I could have done it even like smaller than this. I could have just have done 3 forms, but instead I did several more. I did like 3, 4, 5. I did 6 forms because I thought like, oh, if I only do 3 forms, my project would look so empty and like it would need more. So I decided to do 3 more forms to do the 6, so it looks like continuous, not like you do something and then oh it's the end of it. So that's why it's a little bit longer. And what I would improve, I guess, I don't know, maybe put more options to the size or the frame. That's what I would include. And more options for artworks. I guess this online store was only like birds or nature. Maybe later I would do something else, like put more categories of like what you would want to buy, like technology, something like artwork related to technology or artwork related to kids or to people or to architecture. There's a huge variety of things that I think what I would have done is just separated the categories. This one, it was just like nature and birds. And well, that's it. I hope you like my project and thank you for watching. And that's it. Thank you.